What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at Sons of the Forest here, running on Windows 11 for the Steam Deck, and I do have my VRAM set to the 4 gigs in BIOS for this, and no other tweaks or anything, though I have tried to get the game running better without a lot of success. We're at 720p here, close to the SteamOS 800p that I've been running with full screen and no VSync, and graphics are on the low preset, and just like over on my SteamOS video, everything under the TAA setting is turned off. And for the most part, this gives us decent enough performance, especially when I first got into things. I was pretty happy with it. You do tend to get 5 to 10 FPS higher on Windows with this game than you do over on SteamOS, which is pretty nice to see. And I'll show you some different areas that we're looking at with that. Like here's the same area over on SteamOS at 800p, which granted 720 is a bit lower, but you're not talking 5-10 FPS in performance lower between 720 and 800. So there's a bit of a difference. Now, you'll see a big frame rate drop right here. That's typical for this game on PC, on Steam, on the Steam Deck, whether it's SteamOS or Windows. This game needs a lot of optimization and work. We've even suffered trying to run this over on the 4080 with maxed out graphics sitting around like 50 FPS. So the game definitely needs some work when it comes to optimization. Now, just landing in a different spot here, because you can land in random spots when you start new games. I want to see what performance would be like in another area here as I have before, and it's just very similar as to what I expected. Like the snow area, I'm going to bounce somewhere into the high 20s all the way up into the 40s depending on what I'm doing, which is kind of what I expected when it came to these settings. There are oftentimes more frame rate drops and load-in issues on Windows, I will say, than SteamOS from time to time. It does happen, but overall the FPS itself does tend to be a good bit higher. Now, if you look at these scenes side by side here at this village, again, Windows will run anywhere from 6 to 10 FPS higher in this particular scene here with the same kind of settings and everything. And while this doesn't tell the whole story, just does seem that for the most part, when I travel around here in this game and look at different areas, it does appear that most of the time I'm getting 5 to 10 FPS higher, even though there might be times where either the frame times aren't as good, or maybe I experience a larger dip in load-in areas and then it bounces back. So it's just kind of a trade-off here or there as to how their performance is going. But overall, I would say I'm pretty happy with the Windows 11 performance for Sons of the Forest here on Steam Deck. Not a whole lot I can complain about. The game itself just all around needs a good bit of work. Now, when you're chopping down trees and walking around in the woods and stuff, you get the same exact 23, 24 FPS that you get over on SteamOS, regardless as to whether we try to lower the settings additionally or anything like that. Just very typical. Both operating systems seem like when you're out in the woods traveling or running, you'll get like 24 to 28 FPS. Chopping down trees, I guess maybe with physics and things like that, you get 23, 24 FPS. That's with both of them. But overall, I would say at least the game's playable on both SteamOS and on Windows. I think some parts of it are better on Windows, some parts are better over on SteamOS, and hopefully overall they can get us a performance patch for PC so that this works better on GeForce Now, on my local PC, and on Steam Deck, no matter what operating system. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.